All right, guys. I always like giving advice on relationships, but remember, guys, like there's this one girl that I was watching, and she's really good. She's really focused on very important things on social media. She talks about how people that think they're going to be in a relationship might not be, and that's not to scare people. That's not to make people feel bad or anything. And you have to listen to the whole part of this video that I'm talking about. She talks about this, and I don't own. I mean, when we do these videos, we talk about people that are created all the time, right? But I mean, if you see her, you'll know. I'm not sure what her name is, but I give. Obviously, she has the rights to this. If it is something, lots of people talk about this, I think. But I mean, I want to obviously. I heard it from somewhere else. That's why I'm going to mention that. But she talks about how it really isn't a guarantee to find someone, right? It isn't. But that just means you have to really focus on yourself and what you do for yourself and how to figure out how to make your life better, right? Because in general, who really, it's not a big deal to not have someone if you're happy and you're doing things on your own and you feel good, right? And some people date or have sex with people or whatever, and they're safe about it. They use protection, and they have STI tests, and they're fine, right? And they use protection, and they make sure they don't do anything too risky, right? But in general, it's not like you have to. It's not like you have to feel. I mean, you could feel like. I mean, there's nothing wrong with hoping you'll find someone. There's nothing wrong with believing you'll find someone. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, you want to be hopeful. You don't think you're never going to find someone. But it's not a guarantee, right? How do we know? How do we know it's a guarantee, right? And like I said, it's not to scare you. It's just to maybe you have to realize. You got to realize you're like, well, if it's not a guarantee, then what should I think of instead, right? Because some people are like, I'm going to fall back on this. It's something that's going to happen for sure, and I'm going to have this for sure. But if you know for a fact that it's not a guarantee, you'll work on yourself. You'll work on your life. You'll do things to make your life better, right? You won't worry about all these frivolous things. And I mean, there are some people that are like you have to look for someone and you have to find a high value man and you have to do this and that. And there's nothing wrong with doing those things if you like them and you have the time and you really enjoy them, why not, right? But some people are going around in circles trying to find a high value man, trying to do all this stuff. And if it's not happening, what can you do, right? So work on yourself, work on your happiness. And this is the same creator was saying, that work on the amount of money you make, right? If you're not making any money, especially for whether you're a guy or a girl, work on the money you make, because there are definitely some people that want you to be hooked on them, and even if they might not even have any money, but they definitely want you to be hooked on them, and they might divorce you or cheat, and that'll be devastating to you because obviously you want to make your own money, right? So then you can make choices for yourself, right? Some people want to isolate you and keep you away from others, and that's not cool, right? So you want to be able to make your own money and do your own thing, right? Now, the other thing too is, um, that there are a lot of relationships happening in the world where people look for someone that has a heart or whatever and all that, and you want to find someone that's good and caring, and some people have a lot of other factors like money and looks and stuff like that, and you want those things too, and you look for that. But there are people that are just like, they think, what is it? You want someone with money, of course, and you want someone with looks and all that, and you want to find someone that you can love and has a true heart and really cares, right? But the thing is about that, like, you can find that and you can look for that. If that's what you want to look for, you go ahead, right? But in this world, you might even find someone that has a heart or is really good, but they might change, right? So, just be open-minded with relationships. Don't really feel like you have to you know, I mean, dating is hard for people right now, right? It's really tough, right? Yeah, what I was sort of, yeah, I forgot what I was going to say, but what I was going to say is, you know, you could be looking and searching, you know, some people are like, well, if I give to this man or I give to this woman all my time, devote all these things, do all these things for them, does that guarantee whether they love you? No, it doesn't, right? They might not love you, right? So really the emphasis is working on your career and doing things you have to do for yourself, because in general there's no point in, you know, and you could be like, this is a good catch. The first date was great, you know. Some people are always dating and always doing all these things, but some of it's like, it's just not a waste of time, because some people like that and enjoy it, and they might find someone good, but you might be trapped in this rut where you're just looking, and you're dating, and there's all these awful dates, and, you know, I mean, at some point you want to just be like, whatever, right? So be happy, look for ways to build your career and do things. All right, bye guys, thank you. Bye guys.